Hi, I'm Randy Shrum, an audit partner with Marshall Jones. Let's talk about preparing for a successful audit. A financial audit can be a success and provide value if the board, the auditors, and management are all working together and following these best practices. So the first triangle is those charged with governance, and that's defined as the board of directors, the audit committee, or the finance committee. So you want to make sure, are they exercising financial stewardship and transparency? Are they knowledgeable about the audit process? Do they have the skills, background, knowledge, and experience to add value during their oversight of the audit process? Are they engaged by asking questions and reading all the materials that's been provided to them? And then finally, do they utilize executive sessions with the external auditors, management, and themselves? The second part of the audit process is going to be the auditors themselves. Do they have the relevant industry experience for your company or organization? Are they the right size firm? i.e., have you outgrown them, or are they too big for you? Do they understand the recent accounting and reporting changes? Are they a good resource that provides value? Do they have low turnover so that you don't have to retrain new staff each year? Are they easy to work with and are well organized? Are they responsive and committed to your deadlines? Is there a good working professional relationship? The third part of the audit process is management and the accounting department themselves. It's very important to communicate with the auditors and the board throughout the year, especially before entering into any new or unique transaction. Be sure to accumulate the audit support throughout the year to complete the Prepared by Client or PPC request list, including copies of any new agreements. Updating your records on a monthly basis might take an extra hour or two, whereas catching up on a year's worth of accounting means at least 2 extra days of work. You'll also save time and error working when the subject matter is fresh on your mind rather than months in the past. In order to minimize these fire drills at the end of each year, consider having an outsourced firm such as Marshall Jones review your financials monthly or quarterly to identify any potential audit issues throughout the year. They can also assist you by creating and maintaining schedules and compiling relevant documentation throughout the year, so you aren't having to pull everything together at the 11th hour. In other words, consider allowing the outside experts to prepare you for your audit so you can remain focused on your mission-critical activities. Audits that are long, messy, and complicated are also often expensive, so it often makes fiscal sense to invest in outside assistance in order to streamline the audit process. Outsourced accounting firms like Marshall Jones offer a full range of services up to and including CFO services, consulting services, accounting services, and audit preparation. Other best practices for management are going to be including discussing the impact of any new accounting or reporting changes in the current year. Schedule planning meetings with auditors with both the key members of management and the audit team, and assign responsible parties and due dates. A planning meeting agenda should include changes from the prior year, any expected vacations, training dates, holidays, and mandatory meeting dates. Also list out any new accounting and reporting changes, and very important to agree on report due dates, and then back into the presentation with those charged with governance, the end of field work, the start of field work, interim testing, and be sure to allow for some cushion. Other best practices are sending the independent confirmation soon after fiscal year-end close, and provide email and phone numbers to the auditors in order to expedite the confirmation process. Be sure to work with the auditors to arrive at conclusions. Also, Schedule periodic updating meetings throughout the fieldwork and then track the status of these prepared by client requests. We also recommend, after the audit is concluded, schedule a debrief meeting with your auditor and your team to discuss how things went, the things that went well, and the items to improve upon next year. Other best practices for a successful audit include scheduling the audit fieldwork during a normally slow part of your business cycle. Block time off your team's schedule to provide the requested information and answer questions. Develop and continually update your policies and procedures so they can be provided to the auditor each year. These will help the auditor understand the current internal controls without asking as many questions. And finally, provide the auditor a nice conference room space close to the accounting team, which could be locked to ensure confidentiality of sensitive information. All of these best practices will help reduce the stress and pain of a financial audit and provide value to help with the long-term success of your company or organization.